Rosa Parks, a fighter for freedom and justice to the oppressed people in America, was the mother of the Civil Rights Movement. She was born February 4, 1913 in Tuskegee, Alabama, and was the first child of James and Leona McCauley. At age 11, she moved to Pine Level, Alabama, with her mother and younger brother Sylvester to her grandparents' farm. There her mother enrolled her into Montgomery Industrial School for Girls. This school had a philosophy of self-worth which was consistent with her mother's advice to take advantage of the opportunities no matter how few they were. For her 10th and 11th grade years, she went to Alabama State Teachers College for Negroes. She never finished school with her class because she had to care for her sick mother and grandparents. While caring for them, she was told stories of slavery and segregation and about the injustices that were taking place. Her mother reminded her every day that all of God's children were free. When she married Raymond Parks, he encouraged her to go back to school and finish her high school diploma. During her experiences of her grandmother's stories, mother's reminders, and attending the Montgomery Industrial School for Girls, she began to understand how wrong and inhumane the racial and social injustices were. Later on, in 1943, she became one of the first female members and the secretary of the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, NAACP. As a member, she silently protested against segregation by avoiding segregating drinking fountains, colored-only elevators, and many other areas of racial injustices. On the historical day of December 1, 1955, Rosa Parks was on her way home from a long day at work as a seamstress. She was exhausted and boarded the Cleveland Avenue bus. She sat in the colored section. Because of Montgomery segregation laws, the front part of the bus was for whites, while the back half was for the colored people. A white man entered the bus and searched for a seat, but all the seats were full. The bus driver saw the problem and ordered Rosa Parks and 3 other Negroes to move. All of them but Rosa Parks complied with his order. She was not only tired from work, but also remembered her grandmother's stories. She knew that she was tired of being treated like a second-class citizen. After she refused, the bus driver called the police, and she was arrested around 6 o'clock. In that area, Rosa Parks was well appreciated and respected by the community, and because of her arrest, a boycott known as the Montgomery Bus Boycott was ignited, with the support from the local NAACP. The boycott caught the attention of Martin Luther King Jr., who was able to help the boycott gain national attention. At Rosa Parks' trial, she was found guilty, but it was appealed to a lower court, and they declared segregating seating on buses unconstitutional. After 381 days, instead of taking buses, walking, or arranging their own rides throughout the city, the boycott was finally over. Rosa Parks led this nation out of injustice and oppression into equality. She was bold to her beliefs and knew something needed to be done about discrimination. Because of her heroic acts, she received more than 43 honorary doctorate degrees, hundreds of plaques, certificates, citations, awards, and keys to many cities. Some were NAACP's Spingarn Medal, the UAW's Social Justice Award, the Martin Luther King Jr. Nonviolence Peace Prize, and the Rosa Parks Peace Prize in 1994. In 1996, President William J. Clinton gave Rosa Parks the Medal of Freedom, which is the highest award given to a civilian citizen. She was also voted one of the 100 most influential people of the 20th century by Times Magazine, and a museum and library was built in her honor. She left a large impression in this country by her brave acts. Rosa Parks was the mother of civil rights, and she was the person to spark a change and realization into minds around the world.